Morning. So, it's been a while now that I've had the Apple MacBook. Let's get a bit of light on the situation. It's a bit better. And I'm not going to go through the specs because you know what, there's a bunch of videos on that you can go and see. I'm going to take you through what it's actually done for me. But before I do that, I think I need to clean up a bit. So let's go. This is the Apple 14-inch MacBook Pro Max. What I've got on the side of this is a QuackQuack dongle. It's got standard USB out, but it's also got HDMI. So that enables me to use HDMI from the QuackQuack, HDMI from the side of the actual laptop itself, so I can run two external monitors. When I'm here, I can actually use these screens. These ones, not too massive. I think they were 28-inch screens. Didn't want to go over the top and have something really bonkers big, but similarly, I didn't want to go too small and then undersize it for what I need to do. Connected up at the back here, that's my backup, so that's a 12 terabyte external disk. And then these ones are the working disks that I've used when I've been out and about, and these ones are full, so I'm trying to get some data off of these and move it onto the backup storage, the external. Eventually what I want to do is upgrade this to a NAS drive, because this one does kick in. When it kicks in, the fans do get quite noisy on this, so ultimately what I want to do is move it up to somewhere around this area. This is my storage shelf, got loads of stuff on here. I want to move it to somewhere around this area so I can have the network drive on its own, so and hopefully have less noise. But anyway, back to the laptop. So this is the 14-inch. I've gone for this because of the size format. I recognise that obviously the battery in this is a darn sight less than you get with the 16-inch. However, for me, portability, this will fit easily into a rucksack and would fit easily into the panniers that go on my motorbike. So when eventually we do have to travel again and you know, things open up and I've got to go to wherever I've got to go to, this will be easier to come along with me. So although I've got power in place for this, it will actually survive. It can actually get powered up from the USB-C charge as well from this device. So it's a few options for charging, so I don't necessarily have to take the power brick with me. It's only if I'm doing really heavy use and editing that it draws enough battery power to be able to wear this out. What this has meant for me is that productivity, just massively increased productivity. That was I had the 16-inch MacBook, and that 16-inch MacBook, it was MacBook Pro. It was just too slow. If I were to process a video, edit it in Final Cut Pro, which is my tool of choice, Final Cut Pro works well with the MacBooks. It's, you know, they're designed to work finger in glove, hand in hand. They do work exceptionally well. However, you would get buffering on render. So when you're trying to edit a video and you're trying to do long clips and then move to 4K, it just didn't have the processing power to be able to cater for it. So when you come to finish a video, you'd have to set it off and render and then go off and do something else and then come back. You're breaking that workflow. It was not a productive way of working. So what I found is that I'd go off and do something else, and because of the way I work, I'd get involved in that, forget all about the video, do that thing and get involved with it, and then come back and be like, oh crap, the video. And then you've got to finish off the render, do the iconography, and then post it up to YouTube. So that just completely blew my train of thought and blew my workflow. But this, by the time you've finished editing, the render is done and it's ready to back up. So what I tend to do is work locally, get that video stored locally, which takes, you know, a quarter of the time it used to do, and that is still a limiting factor. It still takes a while to export the video before you upload it onto YouTube. I used to do it in one single movement, but for some reason they've removed that facility from within Final Cut Pro. Really frustrating, but you know, we work with what we've got. So save the videos as a Facebook and YouTube share, and then upload them onto the internet, and then jobs are good. But this enables me to work in such a way that I can now do daily vlogs. Wouldn't have been able to do that with a 16-inch, so massive improvement to my workflow and the way that I work with this. So for me, it is a game-changing bit of kit. The difference it's made for me personally, night and day, to the way I was beforehand, to the way that I work now. It's only been enabled through the use of this hardware. Yeah, very, very impressed with it. Downsides to this then, for me. So, although this is an exceptionally high spec bit of kit, there's a couple of things that since I've been working with it, I've realised that just a little bit frustrating, such as the SD slot on the side of this is built for the single SD cards. So, you know, the single being, you can go SDXC cards, which are slightly faster, but that's only the read speed, write speed of the card itself. There's still only the single line of SD card connectors inside of this, whereas on the faster cards, let me get one, the very high speed read and writes have 2 lines of pins. So the physical hardware difference enables these cards to transfer at, well, up to 4 times the rates of the single. So these exceptionally high-speed cards, they don't give you any benefit with this hardware. They only work, they give you the benefit obviously within the camera, but you're still going to get the same max transfer speeds. I think it's up to a max of 200 gigabit per second, pardon me, but you know, you can find the specs and see. It's a shame, just when you're spending this much on hardware, you kind of want it to be all singing, all dancing. Other is still just not enough USB-C ports. It would have been really cool if there was, for example, if there was a network connection via the power brick that you have with the Mac Pro. So that would have been good to see, and more USB-C slots, but that's only because I just connect too many peripherals. I can work straight from the video, straight from this, which is a real good feature. And then of course the battery life. This is much more reduced in comparison to the 16-inch. 16-inch you can use all day without fear of losing the battery life. This, you get realistically about 5 to 6 hours out of it of heavy use, and then the battery life just canes and dies off. Other thing, weight. It is very, very heavy for this size of device. It's amazing how heavy this actually is. But other than that, yeah man, this is it's a heavyweight, expensive bit of kit. Price could have been less Apple tax, please. But you know, for what it does for me, it's great. Really, really good bit of kit. So I'm chuffed. I'm pleased with it. So yeah, I've had it now. I ordered it the day after the Apple event, or was it the evening? No, I ordered it the evening of the Apple event. So I had it as soon as possible. And I've been using it every single day, day in, day out. Don't use any mouse with it. The trackpad on here, absolutely spot on. Really responsive, works well. So yeah, it's good. Ideal with Final Cut Pro and for everything that I need to do. So, they're expensive, but for me, they're worth it. Highly recommend it. That is that. I hope it's been of some use to you. For me, it is a great enabler. This has enabled me to do the daily vlogs, so worthwhile. Maybe it's worth it for you, maybe not. Depends what you're looking to try and do. I don't know why I'd say that. It doesn't make any sensible reason, does it? I don't know. But now, I have to crack on, and I do have another set of videos to edit. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.